is late. Hey, man, I tell y'all, man, welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast, where we make mistakes. No, man, for real though, man. Yeah, man, it's a new week, it's a new day, man. We loving it. We got Coach, he's on voice leave. He can't be on, his voice is kind of messed up. That pollen got him up in them Carolina hills. But man, tonight, man, we're gonna talk about a great topic that I love. Oh, y'all, man, go to YouTube, subscribe, like, and share, man. I forgot. You gotta like, push them like buttons, start liking them videos, start subscribing, tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to the channel, man. We out here. But now, what I wanted to say though, man, today's conversation is about conversation. It's about the power of conversation or lack thereof. See, a lot of times we get in these modes to feel like we have to say something. But in all reality, sometimes silence is better than talking. But we're going to talk about the power of words, man. I love it. It's going to be amazing. I got some great notes that I've taken, and hopefully we're going to give y'all some great advice, man. It's truly it's truly wonderful to be in the land of the living. All right, Coach. We got the panel, man. Everybody here, Coach in the audience, man, but his voice is kind of bad, so we're going to leave him in the audience. But, man, we got Mr. Rodriguez tonight. He's Mr. Rodriguez tonight, man. I got it. You feel me? Yes, and we got Mr. Michael. So, fellas, what y'all feel about this topic tonight, man? It's a good topic or what?
It's an excellent topic, actually. The power of conversation and the fact that one of the four horsemen don't have a conversation because he don't have a voice. I got you, though. I got you.
We got you,
yeah, man. The power of conversation. I want to say when you enhance your conversation and know who you are, you actually increase your value by 50%. You know, being in networking and everything, I always tend to let people talk all the way, and I wait until they're actually quiet before I say anything, because it builds up the anticipation, and it's like, okay, well, you know, what now? And you know, that's one of the reasons my closing rates are so high. I'm quite sure you guys do the same. So let's get it. What you got, Mr. Michael?
Well, what's up, fellas? Actually, the topic was supposed to be the power of your conversation, which is just a little bit different, but it's all conversation. And the thing is, you know, to use words to convey your thoughts to two or more people is a powerful thing. Mm-hmm. And I picked your conversation because we're always having conversations with ourselves. And these conversations that we're having on a constant basis is usually called self-talk or your mind wandering. And it's basically those thoughts that are going to make you or break you. It's going to make you successful, or it's going to tear you down. Or basically you're tearing yourself down because of those things that have been ingrained in you since birth. So this is where I'm going with it. So let's get it started.
Man, that's definitely powerful. That's powerful in itself right there, man. I like that. But, you know, we're going to expunge on all of it. We're going to put self-talk, no talk, all talk is going to be good talk. How about that? But, yeah, man, I had looked up a scientific fact around here. It says scientific evidence show that at least 20% of your energy as we sit in a restful state is being consumed by the brain, because it's trying to figure out what to say. It's trying to figure out how we're going to respond, how we're going to speak. We're not even responding a lot of times. That's what we have to stop doing, is trying to respond. And we need to start listening, breaking down, digesting, quit the responses. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to not say nothing back, but say less. If you got to ask yourself, let me say like this right here. Ask yourself, is this, the conversation I'm about to have, is this going to create some value? Is it going to help somebody, or is it going to change anything at the end of the conversation? If those three things aren't answered in a proper manner before you let your words go, you pretty much are not going to have a great conversation. It's probably going to be senseless. nothing. You're not gonna get any value out of it. It's like Alejandro say, stay silent and it's time until it's time for you to say something that's of value though. So like Michael said, you have to have these self-talks. You have to sit back and think, speak to yourself. A lot of people don't like to sit in silence because they say, oh, it's too quiet. Oh, I need, it's like I heard like my oldest daughter, she said it, back in the day when she was, going through her thing, she said she cannot, she has to operate in chaos. And that is that is pretty much 90% of Americans right now. They have to operate in some type of chaos. They have to operate around noise. Like I have a friend, she likes to have on the TV, the radio, and she like to be talking at the same time. It's like, come on now, we got to turn some of this stuff off. Because I can't hear myself think because there's too much going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So I love this conversation about that, man. You definitely have to talk to yourself. Self-talk is the best talk because you are having a board meeting with a genius.
Absolutely, Kanye.
Do that.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Kanye.
And the fact that a lot of our conversations, actually a percentage of our conversations are nonverbal. Like if we're in a group or we at a party or something, and it's like we both see the same thing, I look at Keith and be like, thinking to myself, like, nigga, you see this? And you looking at me like, I see this. Like, nonverbal, like, things happen.
Yeah. And the black community, we good at that. Oh, we see one person running, we don't even ask questions. We just take out running.
That's the thing, though. Body language is a big part of all our conversations because a lot of times, listening to what a person say, it's all bull right from the start. But you hear but when you're watching that person and seeing how they're moving, how their body language, you'll know if they're serious about what they're saying or if they're just filling your head with a bunch of lies. Or even if they believe what it is that they're saying. People will tell you, yo, man, I'm this, I'm that. But you can look at him and tell, well, sure, he don't even believe it himself. So why should I believe him?
Right. Yeah, that's what I've heard that. Excuse me. He says, excuse. Oh. He said by talking too much, it makes your words more irrelevant. It makes you look weak as a person because if it's not benefiting somebody in the conversation that you're having, what are they're gonna 9 times out of 10, if they're the people that's healing or that there's somebody who's trying to get to another level, they wants to have that conversation that's about beneficial, that's about benefit, that's gonna benefit each other, that's gonna benefit the two of you to make you go to another level. So when you get in business with somebody, you're not gonna get in business with somebody who's talking about football when y'all both should be talking about tech. You know what I'm saying? So we, even with our friendships, even with the people that we everyday life, if all we got to do is if all we're gonna do is talk about people, if all we're gonna do is talk about things that doesn't get us to another level, why are we having this conversation? So that's the type of thing we got to start asking ourselves. Who are we speaking to? What are we speaking about? I went to a tech gathering last night, a meetup, and that was the thing. Everybody was in there. They were speaking about their ideas. They were speaking about, I did not hear not one conversation talk about, man, you remember? So I felt like I was in the best environment ever because I had people coming up to me, man, say, man, I'm gonna invent this app, man, where you gotta, you can take holistic pills and I'm like, bro, where are you coming up with this stuff? But the thing was, I was so happy to be there because I was around people who were innovative, people who are on the crust of making something big. We had a guy from Microsoft there, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like really amazing because these people are really on a different. Everybody in there was black except for 3 Spanish guys was in there. Everybody was black, and it was about 50 people in there, man. So it was just amazing to see all of us coming together on another page of meet and greets or gatherings, social events.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you find these type of events, man, that's where you go. And I did tell some guys too. I did get the Mancast out there, so hopefully they tune in tonight. And I met a young lady from Black the PBN. I think it's Black Network, Black Professionals Network. That's what it is. Black Professionals Network. And I met her. She's the founder, co-founder of that whole organization. So that was amazing. And it was just like so many things going on yesterday, man, that it was just like it was real good conversation, man.
Nice.
By chance, was it the lady in the red dress?
Huh?
I said, by chance, was it the lady in a red dress?
No. She had on a flower. She had on a floral dress.
Oh, okay.
Kind of heavy set lady, but she was good. She good people though, man. She's confident. She had a lot to say that was educational. She gave 3 guys opportunities to speak about things that really matter. You know what I'm saying? In the tech space. Had one guy. He's been in the tech space for over 20 years, and he really did some amazing things, man. In his time, because he's the one who holds these big companies accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you go into a board meeting with someone, you got to have all your facts together. You got to have everything together so that you can have a positive, meaningful conversation with someone about about what you're trying to give them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Michael, you know how to talk to somebody about trucks, you know what I'm saying? Truck driving. So it's like if you got a guy who's coming in, like you got Alejandro coming in talking about food, it's like, bro, we're not talking about that right now. You know what I'm saying? That's your expertise, true enough, but Alejandro, he'll be slick enough to where he can implement the truck driving with that. So it's always good to know your words, basically, and have those self-talks, like you said, Michael.
Yeah.
Right.
But that was just a little
And they say
spiel
the
on what
power
happened.
of conversation will determine your level of success.
Yeah, I was just excited. My fault, y'all. I ain't mean to rap along, but
like even the pictures that you shared, I mean, everybody, they look, professional. I didn't see anyone sagging. I didn't see no gang members. Like you could tell like it was like an event where it's like, hey, we learning something here. So I mean, just being around people having the right conversations, because me being at the university, sometimes I don't even feel like talking to some of those people because it's repetitive. It's like we just talked about the same thing yesterday, and now you want to talk about it again today. Like, let's go with it. I mean, words are valuable. Your conversation is valuable.
Yeah, your time is valuable, and you got to put it all together. It's like, why waste time on something that's insignificant? If you're going to have a conversation, it's got to be something that's beneficial. It's like this weekend, I was in Vegas at the company's launch, and that's all we were talking about: business, how to improve on your business and stuff like that. Make it doing networking with different people, talking about different things, actually things that go our business, but things that actually go towards marketing and pretty much everything else about using AI. Uh, it was just a good thing because nobody was talking about what's going on with Kanye or any of those people. Everything was all on the subject, and it's all about being successful and making money. And it was great conversations too.
So Vegas was good for you, huh?
Vegas was real good for me. I mean, I wasn't even going out there trying to get laid. I was just having a good time, talking, enjoying, mingling with people. But it was good because it's like I could be myself. It's like I put a post up, no aggravation. I ain't got nobody with a stink ass attitude sitting there. Why
I
you
see
talking to
that.
her? What's it? Yo,
I
man,
see that.
I was just relaxed and talking and just having a good time, just being myself.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's
Man.
a great feeling. It was a great feeling.
I heard a woman say that on she was being interviewed and she was asked what are two great qualities of a man. And one of the qualities that she's looking for in a man, she said a man who is well spoken, who can talk to anybody in any crowd. She feels that confidence to where if he walks into a room, they're not going to look like the stupid couple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To where they gotta argue every time they go somewhere. Every time they move, it's a fight. Oh, why you looking at, like you said, why you looking at her? It's like, no, this is a business. This is a business environment. This is a networking environment. I'm gonna speak to a bunch of women. Yeah, this is not the only woman I'm gonna be talking to. I'm gonna be talking to all these women because I'm providing a service or a product that pertains mainly to women. Because you have women who will spend their last, or where they will say it's their last, but they'll spend money that you don't feel like they have. You be like, oh, okay, baby said she ain't got that, but then she come back with $100 purse or $50 pair of shoes. You like, hey, I thought you didn't have the $50. What are you doing? But at the same time, that's how they operate. But that's not even the subject. But I'm just saying, she said she liked a man who's well spoken, who's well versed in, and you got to be that kind of person, man.
Yeah.
You cannot be one dimensional and you're trying to win in a world of multi-dimensional people.
Absolutely.
It just don't work. Yeah, it don't work like that.
That's sure.
So
I can vouch for that because, you all know my fiance. I mean, she's a scientist. So imagine the conversations that she's used to having with her people. And when I go out to dinner with them, I mean, because I'm the type, I don't care what your profession is. Like, we're going to respect each other, right? So it's like being amongst all those higher ups or whatever. And it's like, just entertaining the conversations or having the conversations when you just have to know what to say, when to say. Don't just shit. I left the potatoes in the oven. Stuff like that. Like what? Just things like that. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I just got paid by Facebook, like a nice check for conversation.
Congratulations.
All it is because I mean, y'all probably think like, man, does this dude ever sleep? Because I'm always posting. And it's like, different things. Yeah, I go ahead and post. I do what I got to do. But like, once again, it's appropriate conversations. Granted, some people think it's about them, but if the shoe fits, wear. Like, I'm not an apologetic person, and I mean, some people get offended, but I'm not to be liked by everybody. But once again, conversation. So,
but the thing is, somebody gonna like you. Go ahead, Mike.
When I was a kid, my uncle, there was an uncle of mine that we were going to a pool hall, and he told me, I was like 10 years old. He said, look, nobody knows how big a fool you are until you first open your mouth. So then we walked in the pool hall. When we came out, he asked me how many fools I saw in there, because it's really true. If you in a conversation with people and you just start blurting out something that ain't got nothing to do with the conversation, or you don't know about the subject that's being talking about, why are you talking? You sit there, be quiet, listen, and learn something.
Yeah.
Because this is true. Nobody knows what you know or how big a fool you are until you open your mouth. They might think you're a genius just because you're not saying nothing.
And some people don't look like a genius. And then it's like,
open their mouth and let it out of the mouth.
It's like, man, what the hell did I just do? Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. This is so true.
Yeah, that just like goes back to saying, when you speak too much, your words lose value, man.
Yeah. That's rule number 4. Always say less than necessary.
Right. And that's the big thing that we miss on a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this right here, fellas. I'm gonna give y'all 6 qualities of speaking less. It's some good stuff. It says, so silence confuses your opponent.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you sitting around, he's sitting as like I think his name DeMarcus Cousins, the basketball player. he was telling about how him and Tim Duncan, he was going at Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan was steady holding him down and blocking his shots, steady holding him and blocking his shots. So he was like, so he started getting physical. He like, yo, old lad dude, this and that. So Tim Duncan didn't even say nothing. Tim Duncan smiled at him and then hit him with 18 right in back to back. Came right back down. And so he was like, so his whole thing was like, yeah, I'm up here trash talking this dude, and this dude done hit 18 on me. He ain't said nothing. He said after the game was over, he said, good game, big fella.
Yeah. Like, I forgot who Kobe Bryant was playing against, and the guy just kept scoring on Kobe, and Kobe, I mean, the dude looked at him and was like, man, I could take this dude. I could take him. And like the dude was just like bragging or whatever. Kobe was like, you had a nice game. And it's like he thought about his like head, and then Kobe just went ham on him. So.
Oh yeah, Sharp. That was Sharp. Yeah, that was Mike was good at that too. Mike used to tell the audience, "Hey man, y'all be quiet over there, man. Be quiet." And that was a good one. Yeah, number one. So number one was the silence confuses the opponent. So number two was silence increases your focus. You feel me? It's like that's when I went back off into these questions. So you ask yourself the three questions before you speak. Say, is there any value in what I'm about to say? You know what I'm saying? So that's one. And then it says, is it necessary to say what I'm about to say? Mm-hmm. That was big for me. I like that one. Is it necessary for me to say these words? And then number three, will what I'm about to say change anything that we're doing right now? That's powerful, man. Yeah. That's powerful as hell. It's like, bro, will any of these words that I'm finna say, will it change anything? That was one of the biggest ones for me.
It is.
Because a lot of people, they get off into these. Go ahead, Mike.
There was a story one time that I heard about a lion and a donkey having an argument. Donkey said that the grass was blue. The lion was saying that is green. That is green. So they was going back and forth. Well, they decided to go to the king. So they bring it to the king. The donkey said, "Sir, I said that the grass is blue, but he keeps saying that it's green. So you should punish him." So the king said, "You're right. The grass is blue." And the donkey walks out. He said, "But you got to punish him for saying that it's green." So then when the lion goes to the king, the lion says, "But sir, you know that the grass is green." He says, "Yes, I know that the grass is green. You know that the grass is green. But the fact that you brought this dumb shit to me makes no sense. Now you being put. So I'm going to punish you with 2 years of silence." So the lion gets punished with 2 years of silence because there's a saying: if you argue with a fool, all you prove is that there are two.
Oh my goodness. If you argue with the fool, all you prove is there is two.
Yeah.
Man, that was big. Yeah. Boy, I love it. I love it. So number three, this was gonna hit Alejandro right here. Silence brings people's attention to you. Sure, now we're anticipating everybody else is in the room speaking. This guy has been silent. So he must have something powerful to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much the case. Because just like he said, I'm going to stay silent until everybody else gets quiet. Now, when they get quiet, I'm going to bring value to this customer to where now I can close the deal. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So when you got everybody's looking. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a room full of people, everybody's looking at everybody. So they see the people who's conversing, having these great conversations, they're laughing and joking, But then they see this one guy, everybody's been waiting for him to say something. But though when he speaks, he created value. He brought something to the conversation, and he made everybody pay attention.
Right.
So that's powerful. That's conversation in itself. Silent, what it says. Silence brings people brings people attention to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
And
if
then
you
too,
well dressed, you got your face and hair groomed, you looking the part, you got your nice watch on, your nice loafers on, and everybody's just like, man, this dude is boy, who is he? Who is he? You know, we've all
right.
walked in the room where everybody says that. You know what I'm saying? Who is
Yeah.
he? Man, who is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
that's real big, man, in this day and age right now. Because if you're gonna be the person who's always the loudest, we know you're the weakest person in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And there's also a saying, it's like when you're talking in a group of people, instead of talking, instead of your pitch being high, you're talking in a low voice, almost a whisper. It forces people to
Right.
lean forward to hear what's being said. So now you got their
Yeah.
full attention with what you're going on. And it goes along with being silent.
Mhm.
You're just not talking loud,
Mhm.
but you got people listening in and coming closer to pay attention to what you're saying. You have their full attention now.
Mhm. Nah, that's true.
Absolutely.
That's true. We have to, man. So, 4, silence increases your faith. So we all know what that means. You sit in prayer. That's why Muslims pray 5 times or more a day,
Hmm.
because they're keeping their goals on their mind. They're keeping the goals in the forefront. They're practicing their future every day. They already, you know what I'm saying? It's like we are told in Christianity or Baptist schools or Baptist churches, you come in on Sunday, you go to Bible study, you go all this and that, but you're not told to pray every day. You know what I'm saying? Or 5 or 6 times a day. But
Hmm.
that's a better practice to me if you're going to be in a spiritual realm. If you're going to improve your spirituality, you have to go more on your prayers to yourself on what you're really looking for in life. You know what I'm saying? 5 times a day or more,
Hmm.
because
Right.
that's you keeping that mind, that frontal cortex. You're keeping it full of your ideas. You're keeping it full of your future. You
Right.
know.
No time to
So that's
wonder.
the decision making gland in your head. So it's like we have to understand that once we sit in silence, we're getting our faith together, we're getting our spirituality together. That's how you become mentally, I mean, in spiritually, more spiritually aware. That's what I'm gonna say.
Hmm.
And I like that one. And then silence makes you strong. I don't know how you can perceive that one. To me, I look at it as saying that when you hear things, I don't feel like you will get too involved into it. You know what I'm saying? So it gives you a stronger inner self on emotional intelligence.
Right.
You know, so when I feel like the definition has been said. Well, I heard a young lady say it on these conversations that we had. She said when you're dealing with an emotionally intelligent man, he can control you and he can control your emotions, his, and he knows what he wants in life.
Yeah.
So that's a stable-minded man, and he
Right.
won't put up with too much of nonsense. It's like I had lost control of myself for a moment, but when I did gain my emotional intelligence back, I wasn't in the same place as that person left me.
Right.
Now I'm on a different path. Now I'm on a different level. Now my strength is even stronger because I had got back to who I am. Like when you meet new people and new people come into your life, you got to remember they have a journey as well. So if it doesn't align, if it seems like it's in alignment, but then they get off track because they got comfortable. See, that's the thing about a lot of us. We get comfortable as soon as we feel like we know somebody. We get comfortable when we feel like, okay, the relationship going good. I can let my guard down now. But as you let your guard down, you go back into them old ways of that old relationship, and you bring them old habits over here to the new one. And that's not what that new person is looking for. They're not looking for your old habits. You know what I'm saying? So when we sitting around here having these conversations, you got to remember you're talking to a new person. And if you're really trying to become a new person, if you're really trying to go to a new level with somebody, you have to understand you cannot bring old news, old clothes into the new relationship. You can't be wearing them old clothes in the club, man.
Right. Right. But your conversation should be different anyway. If you're going into a new relationship, because if you're learning
Well, Mike,
and improving yourself, huh?
what I've realized though, Mike, you got people who got representatives.
Yeah.
So the conversation gonna be new in the beginning. The first year, you're gonna feel like y'all is on highway to heaven. But the thing is, as a man, where I feel like I dropped the ball at is that I allowed certain things to go because of, okay, let me see where this is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see how this gonna. I'm gonna see how she gonna play this out. Instead of saying, "Nah, man, I don't do that. I don't go for that. That ain't this." I said, "Let me see if this person gonna catch on," because I showed that, hey, man, I got real quiet. You see, I'm not talking as much. So that should give you an indication, okay, what I did must have triggered something in him, or something he didn't like. But everybody's not on that on that type of wavelength of when you see somebody who's silent. It's like when you get in a fight with someone, or you about to, it's a heated conversation, and one dude he get real quiet, the other dude get more louder. So who do you think is going to be more effective in the fight?
I already know.
The guy who's quiet or the guy who's loud?
Yeah, the guy who's quiet, for sure. But see, I've been there. I know exactly what you mean. But what I'm saying is, it's like in my situation. I was in that same one. But in my self-development, the way I feel is the same conversations I was having back then, I shouldn't be having in the new relationship. Everything should be different. The way I go about it, the way I talk, the way I present myself. Nothing should be the same as the way it was, because I should be a different person now than I was back then. So that's only if
But
I'm
that's
really into that self-development. Now, if I'm not, then I know it's easy to fall back into old ways. But if I'm
but
holding the
see, Mike,
job like I'm supposed to be,
I don't mean to cut your wheels right there, Mike, but I want to get involved with that part right there. Now, what you said is that you are going through the self-development stage, but the conversation should be, is the other person going through it as well?
and that's the question, right? But see, that's why
Right.
the conversation, I mean, my half of the conversation should be different. But if the other person is coming with the same kind of talk that my old relationship was with having, then it doesn't make any sense for me to go further.
But see, that's where you should get that understanding in the beginning. Say, what do you think about, you come to them like, say, what do you think about self-development? If they say, oh, I've healed from some stuff, no, you haven't. You've stopped doing it, yeah, because it got detrimental or whatnot. But what do you say about self-development? See, I ain't asked you about healing. I asked you about development.
Right.
Because a development is always being built. You can always add on to a development. You can add on to your house. You can add on to the complex. So you have to stay in a self-development mindset. So that's when you have that conversation with that new person. You let them know. See, I'm in the self-development stages. I'm not in the healed stages because healing, you got to put some stuff on it. Maybe you don't have to always put an ointment on it, but you got to let it go and let it grow. But a lot of people keep on picking them scabs. But when you're in a self-development stage, you always reading the information. You always looking up the new information. How can I change this? How can I change? That's like I was speaking about Crystal last week when she was saying that she was going through a depression right now. And I'm more or less like, have you looked it up? What is depression? Have you looked up the causes of depression? Have you found out your cause of depression? And that right there is going to start to bring about a new change because you're reading every day on what can I do to stop being depressed. You don't sit there and say, man, I'm depressed. Okay, what are you going to do about the depression? How are you going to fix the depression? Because it's like a person who's smoking cigarettes. Can't nobody tell them to stop until they're ready to stop.
Right.
So when you meet that new person, you let them know that, hey, I'm on a self-development journey, and this is an everyday thing. So when you come about these conversations, just like when you're listening to 19 Keys or you're listening to the guys on the YouTube, and you take those phrases that they're talking about, you give it to them and you say, have you heard of this right here? You know what I'm saying? You heard of 19 Keys, or you heard of Joe Dispenza, or you heard of this? You feel me? So that way you're going to find out who's on your same wavelength.
Right.
You're going to already know. Okay, check this out. It was cool. It was cool what we did. I appreciate you allowed me to take you to dinner or whatnot. But then after that, it's like, okay, on to the next.
Yep.
Oh, why you don't call me no more? Yeah, why you don't call me? Well, I didn't feel like we was a match. I thought everything went great. Yeah, you thought everything went great, but I'm letting you know. I told you I'm on a self-development journey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not off into all you did the whole night was talk about somebody. You didn't talk about nan idea. You didn't talk about no business. You didn't talk about getting ahead. All you talked about was people and what happened to you. What did this and what I don't want to, I allowed you to speak your mind because, hey, I don't know you. But that's what I'm saying, Mike. That's just all I'm saying as far as that goes. We gotta understand that. Coach, number 5 was silence makes you strong. I appreciate you putting them in the chat, brother. But silence makes you strong. So that's what number 5 is when we speaking, when we got these new people who got a representative, because they're gonna bring that representative to every relationship instead of being their authentic self from the get-go.
Yeah. And
you don't have to. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you got it.
No, you was gonna say something. I'm waiting.
Oh, I was just gonna because we're missing one of our guys. He would probably insert. And the Bible said that we shouldn't be unequally yoked anyway. So, like the other pastor said, I think you better let her go. Coach.
That's too funny. Coach. That's a good one, man. And then number 6, Coach, silence helps you negotiate.
Yeah.
That right there?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey,
silence helps you negotiate, man.
Have you ever read the book by 50 Cent, Work Harder, Work Smarter?
Yes, I also listen to the Audible.
Yeah, that was one of the things that he said when he was in negotiations.
Yeah.
He'll sit there, they expect him to be all loud because of the rapper 50 Cent. But when he goes into the meeting, he's Curtis Jackson.
Yeah.
So he's in there, he'll sit there quiet and wait. So now everybody's wondering, okay, does he like what I got to say? Is it working for him or what? Yeah. But then when he finally speaks, he can change the whole direction of the negotiations.
But 50 Cent is also really intellectual. Like, he listens to Robert Greene wrote that for him. Like,
right.
He does a lot.
Yeah. Nah, that's a smart dude, man.
Oh,
And see, a lot of people, I like 50 because he went in a whole different direction than a lot of other rappers.
right.
You know, all the other rappers, they went from music to acting. He went from music to directing.
And he has a studio out here now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, in Shreveport.
No.
Oh, yeah. G Unit Studios.
Yeah.
They said that he
In Shreveport.
in Shreveport. They said 50 Cent is the male version of Tyler Perry. I was like, yeah, because I mean his studio is huge.
The male.
Yeah.
The male version of Tyler Perry. Come on, man. That's good. That's a good one. That is too good. So he must like Hurricane Chris.
Oh, he out there? Yeah. Hey, baby. Yeah.
You feel me? Nah, I like Lil Hurricane. He trying to start some drama with Gates and them, but it's like Lil Hurricane, you just getting back on the scene, little buddy.
Might as well turn it to a twist. Yeah. Because I mean, Gates, he from here. He did his thing. Everyone has issues, but you know, you ever been to one of his concerts?
But Kevin Gates is doing more of a healing journey, a self-development healing journey. Yeah. And that's what makes him powerful. Because he knows when to say something, he know when not to say something.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll let the fool go ahead and speak his, say what you gotta say, man. Yeah. But I ain't gonna even say nothing back. No response is the best response on some occasions.
Yeah,
sir.
Or you let them make a fool out of themselves, and then when you do speak, you show them just how big a fool they are.
Exactly.
That works really good. I did that because I lived in Germany. When my daughter was born, we were going to get her christened at a Catholic church. So we go in to see the priest. They talking back and forth. I never said a word. They speaking in German, so the priest automatically assumed that I didn't understand what was being said because my daughter's mother was doing all the talking. So after a while, I just looked at him and told him in German. I said, so your whole point is about money, right? The dude jaw dropped. He got red in the face, or he didn't know what to think. Or he was like, "Oh shit, he speaks German and fluently."
Yeah.
So when I started talking, now the whole situation, I was like, you know what? We're not even going to waste our time with you because I thought the Catholic Church was about God, but you all about money. So ain't no need us wasting our time. We got up and left.
Right.
That's how my production team was. And one of the restaurants I opened, they were all Hispanic. They just back there just jabbing it up. And then I went back there and joined the conversation, and they just looked and was like, "Oh, no siento, no siento." I'm like, "Oh, you good?"
Right.
Yeah. Let's keep it going, huh?
Yeah. So don't stop now. See,
now I know how you feel. Now I know how I need to handle you. Let's keep it right. We got a job to do.
Exactly. Because, like I said, people don't know what you know until you open your mouth. Yeah. They always assuming, and especially with us black men, they assume that we stupid in the first place. So I let them assume. But when I open my mouth, then you see just how intelligent I really am. And that throws people for a loop. Because now they got to try to recover because their whole mental faculties are gone. It's like, what the hell just happened?
And then when they see you in person and see how short you are, they're like, "Oh, man, he had us fooled." But now, rule number 32 is assume that the person you're speaking to knows something that you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
That's what most people feel. Most people assume that you don't know.
Right.
Yeah. Man, I want to talk about the way these words are put together too, man. Because we really, that's part of the self-development. That's part of the mindset change, the mindset shift, is that when we listening to the words, it's like week and week. You know what I'm saying? They sound the same. Your subconscious doesn't know one or the other. Your subconscious knows which one gives you a dopamine feeling and which one doesn't. You know, that's the only way it differentiates the two. But a lot of times, these words that we're using are draining us, and we don't even realize it.
Right.
That's like days of the week. You know what I'm saying? So when you saying when you looking at these weekdays, you like weekdays. You know what I'm saying? That's why you feel so drained at every day at your job because you're on a week. It's a weekday.
Yeah.
When the weekend comes, you're super live. You ready to go party, right?
Yeah.
Because now you're saying the week is ended. Now your subconscious mind said the weakness is over.
Yeah.
So I can be strong on these 2 days or on this one day.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday, you're pretty much strong. Come Sunday, you want to get the superpower so you can go back into that week with a superpower, but Monday comes, now you back drained again.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, it's Monday. Now everybody's head is down. Ain't nobody happy that it's Monday. Come on, man. That's when you're going to get your money.
Yeah.
It's Money Monday. You know, that's what should be in your mindset. But we've been programmed so incorrectly that you feel like Monday is the worst day of the year.
Right.
Or, you know, Monday is really the best day of the week, I mean.
It is.
Because you're getting back to the finances will take care of your life.
Yeah.
You know what's another one that we all use that most people don't think about is spend. It's like you get that check on Friday and I'm getting ready to go spend my money. But that means you just throwing it away. Because money ain't coming back.
Exactly.
You're supposed to put it into circulation. So you putting it out there, but you're expecting to get it back and more. But when you are talking about, well, I'm spending this, I'm spending my time, you ain't getting none of that back.
Right.
And the subconscious knows that it's just okay.
And that's the beauty of self-development, man. So when you hear more intelligent people, you listening, but see, a lot of people feel like they're going to get $1 million by changing their clothes or by looking the part. You know, you can look the part, but you have to be around people who believe in you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're gonna get a brand new Tom Ford suit just to go stand at the club or just to go stand at church. You got that suit for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
That suit's supposed to be in a room full of people who got that money.
Yeah.
You know? Right. And they're looking at you like, I know that's a Tom Ford suit. I know them Tom Ford shoes. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Right.
You know? But as black people, we want to get dressed up to go hang out, to go look like we got money. As like Nuri Muhammad said, black people are the worst enemies of their own self.
Yeah.
Because all we do is spend our money to look good and knowing damn well we broke. But the rich people are dressing down, knowing damn well they got a bunch of money.
Yeah. That's where they got it. They got it messed up at Nuri. You put me on that guy. I was wondering, like, how did I hear about him? But yeah, like
Nuri
Muhammad,
yeah, Nuri Muhammad. That's Farrakhan right hand man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a conversation with I forgot who the guy was he was having a conversation with, but he was telling the guy like he had the one guy who was talking about he don't feel himself without his jewelry. You know, he's like, man, I'm back. He said he had got his jewelry sent to him, and the dude was like, I'm back. He's like, bro, you was always here. What do you mean you back? Now I got my jewelry on. I'm back in the game. It's like we got that mindset that's so fucked up that we thinking these material things gonna make us who we are. You know? Damn, this shirt is just flat.
It's like Cam Newton when he went back to the Panthers. I'm back. Like,
right.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's not going to be the same.
Right. Because, I mean, the points he was putting up, you're not back, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, the power of this conversation, man, is real, and is real because a lot of us don't really understand that these words hurt. These words can empower you, or these words can deter you. And if you allow somebody else's words to make you feel a certain type of way, you really got to get back into yourself. You got to get back into your mindset, because what I say should not affect nothing that you have going on in life. Nothing. You know, so a lot of times we get around these people who want to be argumentative about nothing. And those are the people you got to stay away from, because they're not going to take you to that relationship is dead. You know, that relationship got a hole in the boat.
Yep.
Because you always mad about even if I say something about anything, you got an attitude because I said something. I mean, you really not here no more. Now you're really gone. So we got to pick our friends very wisely. And that's what I've been realizing more and more, that I've been analyzing relationships. Women don't want to be your friend. Women want to jump right into it. And now I want to see who you are as a friend first, because you're gonna have to be my friend after all this shit said and done.
Right.
Yeah.
Every day we're not gonna be in no honeymoon stages every day. Who are you as a friend? What kind of friend are you? You know what I'm saying? And like males, we get into it. We can be cool tomorrow, but then you got them other kind of males who will get into it, and then they just act like they woman. Now they mad at you forever. Man, you got too much estrogen in your motherfucking body, man.
For real.
For you to be acting like that.
For real.
You stay mad? Yeah, what kind of man stays mad at another man? If you can't have a conversation, yeah, bro, for real. Yeah, if you can't have a conversation, man, and get that on to the next level, hey, it's a problem, man. But then a lot of times with women, you try to have that conversation, they feel like it's an attack.
Yeah.
And the whole time, just not holding yourself accountable. That's all that is.
Yeah.
You know, I saw
we should be. Go ahead, Mike.
I saw a reel a couple of days ago where a woman was mad because a dude told her on the first date that he didn't want to date a single mother. And then all the women were bashing his brother because of his decision to not want to date a single mother. But I'm like, why? A woman says she want a man with 6 figures, so you ain't going to date the dude driving the garbage truck. But the man can't say he don't want a single mother.
Right.
It's like now they trying to bring on those double standards that we used to have before. They fought against double standard. They want the women to get the same pay and everything as a man, which they should. But it's like, how is it that I can tell you what I don't want without trying to trick you or trying to hit it and quit it, and you're going to try to play game on me, a run game, to get your way. But when I say, no, this is not what I want, bye. Now I'm wrong.
Right. Yeah, see, that goes back to what we were just talking about, how he got that right out in the open. You know what I'm saying? He found out she had a child. He was like, okay, you're not the one for me. Because he had everything, every qualification that he had, she was looking for. So she felt like it was a violation because he had standards. He had boundaries. See, like a lot of women not used to men with standards and boundaries. It's like, I'm not allowing that in my life. I'm not, I can't see myself with you because you doing things that I don't allow in my life. Oh, nigga, you weak. Oh, you a whole ass dude. You ain't. Oh, call me what you feel. All I know is that I'm not allowing certain shit in my life no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you do it, I'm be cordial with you. I'm gonna be cool with you.
And then they say, you can't handle me.
Right. Okay. That's what they were doing. You ain't no high value, man. You weak. You got emotional issues. Like why? Because he don't want what he don't want.
Yeah.
But the thing about It's like it was on another short on YouTube. The dude said, like he was saying about how these women be talking about, oh, I'm a strong woman, you can't handle me. He said, why would I want a woman that I have to handle? Period. What I need to handle you for? You should have enough self-control. You should have enough emotional intelligence to handle yourself when you see things ain't fit in a certain way.
Yeah.
But see, society, I'm going to say society done gave these women this idea, I'm woman, do for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, real women get taken care of. All women don't get taken care of.
Right.
Women who are emotionally intelligent get taken care of. Who's going to control themselves in an environment of multiple women? Who's going to control themselves in an environment of high value men? You know what I'm saying? If I take you in a room, you want to, oh, I'm going to go get me a drink. And then you go over there and you trying to holler at the next dude on the cool, you know. But it's like, come on, man. See, like they done lost that woman with grace and class, and you know, everybody say they got class because they walk a certain way. No, that's not class. Class is being able to have a conversation with a gentleman without making it about sex. Having a conversation with a gentleman without thinking he wants you. You know.
Yep.
Everybody feels like, oh, it's like, bro, everybody's not cut the same out here.
Right.
You got some guys, you know, I know a whole bunch of hoe ass niggas who got Benz and money. So don't look at that nigga with that nice car thinking, oh yeah, he got that girl, he finna. No.
Yeah, just perpetrate, you know?
Yeah, if he got that, he got you. How many more you think he got? I ain't saying don't go get you no nice car. All I'm saying is this right here. If he's out here with that conversation, that gift of gab, as they called it back in the day, you guys believe that you ain't number one, number two either.
Right.
And them jumping around, that's how she became that single mom in the first place.
That's how she became the single mom.
And you see, women don't realize if a man dates a single mother, I've dated quite a few, there are problems that come with that are not normal because you got baby daddy issues. Then you got, okay, now you over here trying to holler at your baby daddy and you trying to holler at me, or you trying to pit me against your baby daddy because you still want to be with him. You can land a motherfucker in jail or in the grave.
Mike,
that was
a long time ago, brother. If they still doing that, you really in the wrong car. You in the wrong place.
I ain't getting in that situation.
Yeah, that was back in the day, boy.
Right, but that's what I'm talking about, because I ain't dated a woman with a kid in a while. But what I'm saying is these kind of problems come with it. So if a dude knows this in the beginning, I don't want a single mother. Okay, in the conversation.
I haven't ran across none of them kind in so long. I don't even know what that looks like. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what that looks like.
Them girls, right? Those be way too young for me anyway. Cause those ones are still like in their 20s or 30s. I ain't doing
exactly.
Like that.
Yeah,
I ain't got time for that.
Nah.
You have to pay
I haven't seen no women like that. Huh?
So you got to pay attention to the red flags, and some red flags are fun. Some red flags turn into Six Flags. You got to enjoy them rides, baby.
Some red flags. Hey, some red flags be too fine, and most men be like losing their mind. They be like, "That's a red flag, boy. I'm still going."
Red flags. Sometimes I used to enjoy a friendly game of golf. So we did. Oh, you toxic? Okay, cool. You remember that TV show Toxic Crusaders?
That was your thing. Give me a toxic chick, huh? Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do toxic, man.
Hey.
Yeah, once you done been in it, hey, my baby mama stabbed me, so I know I'm not finna be in nothing else toxic in my life.
Hey, I need peace of mind. I can't deal with it no more.
Yeah, if it came from motherfucker, I put a seed in. I damn sure ain't gonna be involved in that, man. Life is too good, man. I ain't got no complaints, man. I'm living life. I'm feeling good. I educate myself every chance I get on new levels, man, and it feels good to be able to go into a room of strangers and have an intelligent conversation. And the thing was that I was talking to two teachers, you know what I'm saying? They was teachers for more than 5 years, and they was like, bro, you is on it tonight, bro. You is on it, man. I was like, bro, I'm just here, man. I'm happy to be in this space. I'm enjoying this thing right now. And he's like, bro, what's the next quote? Cause I was having all these one-liners, But the thing is, when you remember the one-liners and then it turns into a whole conversation, now y'all off into something like, damn, and now they more accessible to open up to you about their ideas and how they look at life, man. And that's beautiful, man. Yeah, when somebody feels that comfortable with you to give you their vision, on something that's supposed to be more private, because you're not supposed to tell everybody your invention or your idea, you know what I'm saying? If it's not even patent or trademark, So I felt real good about that, because the two gentlemen who did elaborate their ideas to me, I was happy about, what they had going on, man. And it was beautiful, bro. But Mike, what you going out with today, man? What was the good point about this conversation for you?
Conversation about conversation. It was good.
Yeah.
It took a different turn, but actually we still hit on some of the things as far as that self-development type thing, because that self-talk, if you got a negative attitude, that will lead you to depression. That'll lead you to disease, because you swallowing all this down, always angry. So you got to get out of that, get to that positive self-talk, and just be a better person. Look at that glass half full instead of half empty. That's it. But the conversation was great.
Yeah, man. Mr. Rodriguez.
I only end up with use your words as currency. Choose who you spend them on. For words are like currency. Spend them wisely. Don't use your words as food stamps.
Oh, yeah, man. And I just want to say, man, a lot of people need to understand that having power is about yourself. It's not about no one else. Having power is all about you. And once you know what your superpower is, once you know what your power is, you will never let nobody knock you back off your pivot again.
For real.
A lot of people try to figure out, how do I keep going through this? Why do I keep going through this? Well, because you haven't faced it yet. You haven't really looked at it as, damn, what part did I play in it? Who am I in that situation? What am I in that situation? What am I doing in this situation? And how am I reacting? How am I, you don't ask yourself all these questions to break down your power. You know what I'm saying? So once we learn that we learn our power. And like we say right now, silence is the most deadliest thing you can have right now. But a lot of people want to start conversations and start arguments about nothing, So we got Google now. So if you don't believe something now, you just Google it, man. Or Chat GPT on that thing. GPT, you know what I'm talking about.
Even Facebook offering now. Like at the top of the screen on Facebook. Yeah. What do you want to ask AI?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, man. This definitely been a great conversation, fellas. Hopefully, Coach, you're gonna get better next week, brother. But man, we gonna do this again next week. Y'all go over to YouTube and like and subscribe and share. And we had a great, it was just a good man talking. We needed this so that we can, brother, get ourselves onto the next level, man. Don't just make today your self-development day. Make every day your self-development day. Y'all have a good evening. Until the next time, peace.
Peace.
We out.
Peace. Good one, fellas.
Yes, sir.